These are my 10 reasons why I think everybody should be getting involved in the government's Kickstart scheme. Reason number 1, you're helping a young person to get their foot on the ladder. Do you remember when you finished education and you were in that kind of place of everyone wanting experience, but yet you didn't have experience? Unless you got a job, you couldn't get that experience. This really bridges the gap. It gives young people 6 months of paid work experience to allow them to kind of test the career that they perhaps want to go into and really get a feel for whether that's the right career for them. Reason number 2, you get an extra pair of hands in your business. You get that for for free. The government are paying for their salary, for any employer's national insurance contributions, and they're paying for any pension auto enrolment costs. So you've got extra resource to add some value to your team. Reason number 3, if you're a small business owner like myself, I've really found that the Kickstart scheme has given me an opportunity to test the water of employing staff. This has really given me a chance to say, right, okay, what do I need to be doing as an employer? I obviously had a lot of understanding of that working in kind of the HR field, but I hadn't actually been an employer, having to make sure I had enough money in my business every month to pay that salary, because the government, although they reimburse it, it takes a couple of weeks to come into your account. So you need to be able to be in that situation where you've got enough cash flow to pay that person. And I think after doing that for 6 months, you feel like you've really been able to test that and see whether it's sustainable. Reason number 4, if you use a company like ISME People, like ourselves, we help you with all of the process. So we do the application for you, we do the recruitment for you, only putting individuals in front of you at the point that we think that they're right for your business. And when they are going through onboarding, we can help you with the HR paperwork. Once they are in their position, they come into a kind of coaching mentoring program with myself, where we come together over Zoom on a weekly basis to talk about all things around their employability. And this is something that you need to provide as a Kickstart employer, is support around developing that young person's employability skills. So that's things like writing a really, really good CV, how to tackle interviews, behaviour profiles, and giving them a better understanding of themselves and how to kind of play to their strengths in the workplace. I've had loads of guest speakers come in and speak to them about their career journeys and how they got to where they are today, which offers kind of inspiration and I guess a chance to see what's possible. And that most of us, we don't have a plan. We don't know which direction we're going in. Our plan, goes in lots of different directions and we end up where we are today. Reason number 5, you're giving back. It's your chance after what has been a pretty rubbish 18 months. Really difficult for lots of businesses. There's been businesses that have really flourished during that time. I myself witnessed my business literally falling off a cliff overnight, thinking if I didn't make any money and had any money coming in by the end of 2020, then I pretty much was going kind of down the pan. But actually, things are picking up now. Things are getting much better for people. There's lots of opportunities out there. And this is your opportunity to actually really give back to somebody. It's tough for young people at the moment. And actually, this offers them a real chance to really start their career off and kickstart their career. Reason number 6. It gives you a chance to perhaps take a bit of a risk. There might be somebody that doesn't necessarily fit the usual mould of the kind of person that you think is right for the role that you're recruiting for. But actually, I did this myself. I took a risk on somebody who wasn't exactly what I was thinking I needed in my business. But do you know what? It has paid off. It's made me realise all the times that I've said that to clients around, don't necessarily recruit someone who's like yourself. Think outside the box. You don't want somebody who can do everything you do, because chances are they won't want to do the things that you don't want to do either. So it's not going to fix that. Yet still, I think when I went into my first initial interview to recruit somebody to support me with kind of recruitment tasks, I was thinking of somebody like myself. But actually, what I got was somebody who's very different. When we've done our personality kind of behaviour profiling, we're very opposite, but that's been brilliant. He's quite an introvert, really happy to work on his own, really happy to work remotely, which is perfect for me. I don't have big offices, I work from home, and that's right for my lifestyle. He's been able to pick up all those tasks that I don't necessarily want to do. I put to the bottom of the pile, but it was important to find somebody that worked for as well. It's a great chance to kind of think, right, okay, I'm going to take a punt here. It's not what I'm necessarily thinking I would go for, but actually this is the right time to be able to take that risk. And hopefully, like me, it pays off. Reason number 7, by recruiting a Kickstarter through the Is Me People process, I mentioned already that they come into a mentoring program. This is a chance for them to come together with other Kickstarters who are, of a similar age, a similar level of experience, in a group situation where they actually also learn from each other. They feel comfortable over time with kind of sharing concerns or asking questions. It's a really safe space. We have a real strict policy that what is discussed in the room stays in the room. It's an additional level of support for that person that if they were just in a Kickstart role without that, you would feel that all of the check-in sat with yourself. But actually, I know a lot of my clients feel that it's that extra level of support for their person, particularly when a lot of these are, individuals are working remotely. They know that somebody else is checking that they're okay, checking they're not struggling, and having that kind of additional support for them. Reason number 8, it's a chance for you to learn from another generation. Chances are, as a business owner, you've got a certain number of years of experience, so you're likely to be quite a bit older than them. These young people, they're usually a real whiz at picking up any technology. They've grown up with technology, they've grown up with social media, and actually can often teach us a thing or two when it comes to that. They've got creative ideas that perhaps we haven't even thought of. So definitely see that as a real asset from them coming into your business and supporting you. Reason number 9, although there is no obligation after the 6 months to offer permanent employment to this individual, chances are if they've performed well, you may feel that that's exactly what you want to do. I'm in that situation myself. My Kickstart employee started with me in June and is due to finish his fixed term contract just before Christmas. But we're having those discussions now about whether I either extend the fixed term contract or offer a permanent contract. I think I'm likely to extend it initially just to test the water, check that I'm, still feeling comfortable with being able to pay that salary every month. It's taking that step, isn't it? That, it's a little bit risky, but actually we all know that once you commit to those sorts of money goals, you make them happen. And my final reason number 10, you are helping the well-being of a young person. So think about it. If you're sat at home on universal credit, not getting work and not able to work and just getting more and more frustrated, that is not good for your mind. It's not good for your well-being. There are lots of reasons why people should be on universal credit and for the right reasons, but there are so many young people out there that really just want to be working. They just want that opportunity. And for them, having been through a pandemic where lots of them may have finished their studies online and have got into a place where they've spent an awful lot of time very much on their own, they really want to be giving back themselves, to actually be learning and to kind of be able to put into practice all the skills that they've learned through their education. And this is your opportunity to help them with that. So I hope that this has given you my 10 top tips as to why I think everyone should be getting involved in the scheme. Thank you.